Is fishery science. So first of all, we'll see why we have selected this topic for today's lecture. Because you know that all the papers from your syllabus, each paper is for 50 marks. But there are only few papers like the paper of genetics and fishery science. These paper are for 100 marks. Means first paper fishery science first, that is for 50 marks for BSc second year, and fishery science second, that is for 50 marks for BSc third year. So collectively it has 100 marks. So we have to give more stress, more focus on this paper. So why so much of focus or so much of importance is given to fishery science? So let us see. First of all, we'll see what is fish. So we know that fishes are the beautiful creatures which are created by nature to live in water bodies. In Latin, we call them as Pisces. In French, we call them as poison. In Spanish, we call them as pescado. In Sanskrit, we call them as matsya. In Hindi, we call them as machli or meen. And in Marathi, we call them as masa. So these creatures or these animals are found in almost all type of aquatic habitats, almost all, including from the world's highest lake, that is the height of that lake, that is 3812 meter, and name of that lake is Titicaca. That is the world's highest lake. In that lake also fishes are present. And the world's deepest lake, that is Baikal, which is near about 1000-meter deep. There also the fishes are present. Means almost in all type of habitats, aquatic habitats, these creatures can survive. Then they are found in almost all variations of temperature. Like they are found from Antarctic ice to hot springs of temperature ranging in between 40 to 42 degrees centigrade. There are almost 33,400 species of fishes which had been described till October 16, 2016, and approximately near about 250 new species are going to be described each year. So this that was general about the distribution of fishes. Then why fish? Why fishes? Why we need to study fishes? So, as like the coconut, tell me a single fish part which is useless. As we know that each part of coconut is very useful. Each part, from its roots, trunk, leaves, fruit, everything. Same as like the coconut, in case of fishes also. Each part of fish is very important, and each part, even the useless fishes or what we can say, the rotted fishes, they are also useful in manufacture of manure or biofertilizers. So that's why they have given so much of importance. Again, the next important point regarding the fishes is that they are poor man's diet. They are called as poor man's diet because poor man's diet, as we know, diet, it means not just food but nutritious food. And we know that fishes have almost all 10 essential amino acid like the arginine, lysine, etc. And they have vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, along with their highest source of animal protein. And when we compare their biological value and the protein efficiency ratio with other forms of flesh like the meat, it has fish flesh has higher biological value as well as the PR, that is the protein efficiency ratio. Then there are various uses of fishes which we cannot count on our fingers Some of them I have mentioned here, like the fish oil. Two types of oils are made from fish body, that is fish liver oil and fish body oil. Fish liver oil is very precious and it is used in various medicinal treatments. Fish body oil is used in making varnishes or coating the boats, etc. There are again various uses. One by one we are going to discuss about these uses, how to make them, how they are used, how they are prepared in our further lectures. Now just you have to keep in mind which are the products which we can make from the various parts of fish body, like the fish leather, fish manure, fish biscuits, pickles. We can use the fishes as a food for cattle, then for poultry also. Then fish pearls are made from the fins. Again, small fishes are used as bait for the large fishes. Then from the swim bladder or air bladder of fishes, fish glue is prepared. Fish leather is also prepared from the skin of fishes, which is especially from the skin of sharks, and that leather is called as shagreen, and that is used in making jewelry boxes. It is also used in the preparation of icing glass, which is used for the clarification of wines and beers. Again, fish soaps are prepared as for aesthetic purpose. Aesthetic means for decorative purpose, for the decoration of houses and offices. We use some beautiful species of fishes like the goldfish, angelfish, etc. For medicinal use, recently there are so many researches on cartilaginous fishes, and they have proved very good in the treatment of cancer. Again, in various treatments or in the preparation of insulin also, because fish liver is a great source of insulin. So in the preparation of insulin also, the fishes are used. So there are numerous number of uses which we can enlist here. Then this was about fishes, why fishes are important, what are fishes. Now, why to study fishes, or what is the actual stream or actual branch which deals with the study of fishes. So in scientific language we call it as ichthyology, or it is simply called as fishery science. Fishery science or ichthyology. Ichthyology means what? Actually, it is a word derived from two words, ichthys and logos. Ichthys means fish and logos means study. So, the study of fishes, that is called as ichthyology. In your last, I think last year or 2 years before, one question for your semester exam asked on this ichthyology, the study of fishes is called as dash dash dash, and you have to select the correct answer, that was ichthyology. So keep in mind, ichthyology is nothing but it is fishery science, or it is the study of fishes. So, how to define fishery science? Or merely is it a study of fishes? Means fishery science is only related with the study of fishes? No, it is not. Then, how we can define fishery science? It is a vast multidisciplinary branch of science which deals with the study of limnology, oceanography, freshwater and marine biology, conservation ecology, genetics, population dynamics, development and processing of fish products, and physico-chemical nature and management aspects for culture and capture based fish production. So this is a quite confusing definition, but later on, one by one, we'll come to know what are the meanings of each term, like limnology, like oceanography, etc. One by one, we are going to study it in detail in later lectures. Now, just keep in mind that fishery science is not merely related with the study of fishes, but it includes various all the aspects of fishes, including hydrobiology, like the study of water parameters, like the study of minute phytoplanktons and zooplanktons present over there, then the biochemistry of the that environment as well as the fishes, then the fish pathology related to various diseases and treatment of fishes, fish economics, fish commerce, how the trading of fishes is carried out, fish toxicology, everything. And from all the aspects the fisheries concept is studied in fishery science, and that's why it is called as super science. Why it is called as super science? Because modern fishery science is a beautiful blending of all these types of sciences. So keep in mind fishery related to all these aspects. Now, why fisheries? Now we know what is meant by fishery, study of fishes, or ichthyology means fishery science. Then why there is need to study fisheries? So fish is an affordable and rich source of animal protein. As we have discussed earlier, it is called as poor man's diet, and it is one of the healthiest option to mitigate the problems like unemployment, hunger, and malnutrition. In countries like India, we know that there are so many developing countries in the world, including our country, and there are various severe problems like unemployment, hunger, malnutrition, etc. So, there is a single answer or there is a single solution to all these problems, and that is the business of fishery. Then it has an immense potential to enhance income and prosper the economy of stakeholders. How it has immense potential, that we are going to see in next slide. Hence, it is essential that sustained and focused attention is given to the sector. Why the fishery science business or fisheries is need to give the focused attention that we are going to see now. So fisheries and aquaculture constitute an important economic activity in our country. In global position also, India has a good rank. India is in the top 3 countries in the production of fishes or aquaculture. So there are certain aims behind the fisheries or the behind drafting this syllabus for BSc or graduate students. The university wants that student not just only take the knowledge, the bookish knowledge, or only the theoretical knowledge regarding the fisheries, but after completing their graduation, they have to start their own businesses. They have to make use of the natural resources, everything which is present, already present, which is around us. So there are certain outcomes or certain aims behind drafting this syllabus or behind studying fisheries. So the first one, that is the availability of high value fish to local markets, that will prevent the supply of low quality fish, because the illiterate people or the people who don't have the knowledge of fisheries, they cannot differentiate between high quality food or high value fish food, fish seed, sorry, not food, fish seed, and the low quality fish seed. So they can discriminate in between these two after studying fisheries. Then it will increase the income and generate alternative employment opportunities in coastal population. Obviously, because fishery is not simply related with capturing or hunting the fishes, but there are several uh, subsidiary businesses, small businesses, which are dependent on fisheries sector. Again, efficient use of water bodies in the production perspectives will reduce the pollution of coastal waters. From the point of view of pollution also, if we know the scientific knowledge of fisheries, we can avoid the water pollution also. Then we can empower fishermen, women, unemployed youth, and other people by providing self employment, income, and entrepreneurship opportunities. Because just we are not just providing the bookish knowledge, but we are giving them actual knowledge on scientific lines, which will be useful for them to start their own businesses and become independent for their bread and butter. So what we have, or what are the assets of our country regarding fisheries? So you can see in this table that in aquaculture India has a second global position. India is on the second position in case of aquaculture production, and in case of fisheries it is on the third position. So contribution of fisheries sector to our GDP, that is 0.91%, and contribution of total agricultural GDP, that is 5.23%. Means near about 1% contribution is only from the fisheries sector. And the per capita fish availability now, that is near about 9 kg, and the annual export earning from aquaculture, that is 45,106 crore rupees. And I'm just telling the annual earning just from the export of fisheries. And the global fish production, our country's contribution in the global fish production, that is 7.58%. The data of year 2018-19 shows that what India got from the export of marine products. We have got near about 46,589 crore rupees in the year 18-19 from the marine products. Now what is the fisheries potential of India? Means we have decided, suppose we have decided to take education from this branch, that is fisheries science. We have decided to do our UG as well as our post graduation in fisheries science. Then what are the resources, or what are our plus points that will help us in making a good entrepreneurship or to start our own businesses? So what we have? So we have rivers and canals of near about 1.95 lakh kilometer. I am just talking about the fisheries potential of India. And we have food plain lakes area, that is near about 8.12 lakh hectare, and we have reservoir area that is spread over 31.5 lakh hectare, and we have brackish water area, that is 12.4 lakh hectare. We know what is meant by brackish water. Earlier we have taken one lecture on brackish water fisheries. Then the current fish production potential, that is 17 million ton. Current fish production, I am talking about current fish production potential of India. And in from year 2014 to 2019, it has increased with a growth rate of 10.88% from the year 2014 to 19. And the fish production potential in the year 2018-19, that was 9.58 million tons, which was exploiting only 56.3% of the potential. And what we expect, or what we can expect from our water bodies, we can expect 17 million tons. मीन्स 18-19 मध्ये आपलं फिशरीज पोटेन्शियल होतं फक्त 9.58 मिलियन टन्स, आणि ॲक्च्युअल आपली पोटेन्शियल किंवा आपल्याकडे कॅपॅबिलिटी किती आहे तर 17 मिलियन टन एवढं प्रोडक्शन आपण त्याच्यातनं घेऊ शकतो. म्हणजे एवढा स्कोप आहे आपल्याला या सेक्टरमध्ये येण्यासाठी. सो दिस इज अबाउट द फिशरीज in general, the introductory part of fisheries, and why there is need to study this subject. In next lecture we will see the next points, or in depth about the fisheries. Thank you.